Hey, listen to this for a second. Imagine you're in school, and one teacher controls everything. Your grades, your schedule, what you say, what you think, who you hang out with. And if you slip up, even once, you're not just in trouble. You disappear. That's basically what living under Joseph Stalin felt like. Today, we're diving into the life of one of history's most feared leaders, not to admire him, but to understand how someone like this even rises to power and what we can learn from it so we don't repeat those same patterns in our own lives and communities. Because power is a scary thing when the wrong person gets a hold of it. All right, let's get into it. So, picture this. A kid born in 1878 in a small Georgian town. Poor family, tough childhood. Not the future dictator type you'd expect. His real name wasn't even Stalin. It was Joseph Jugashvili. He later renamed himself Stalin, which literally means man of steel. And that should tell you everything about the mindset he was building. But here's where it gets dark, and honestly kind of relatable in a strange way. Stalin grew up feeling powerless, ignored, overlooked, not strong enough, not valued enough. And sometimes, when people feel powerless for too long, they spend their whole lives chasing control. Ever felt that? Like you're trying to control your grades, your future, your friendships, because deep down you're scared of losing everything? Stalin took that feeling and built an entire regime out of it. Here's where the story gets wild. And honestly, it's a real lesson in how power works. After the Russian Revolution, Stalin wasn't even the main guy. He wasn't the smartest or the most charismatic or even the strongest speaker. What he had was patience and strategy. He did something all of us do when we procrastinate on big goals. He started with the little tasks. He became general secretary, a job no one cared about. He handled paperwork, assigned people jobs, placed loyal friends in small, unimportant positions. But those small moves turned into massive control. It's like when you start organizing your notes for school, and suddenly your whole schedule feels easier. Atomically small habits, big results. Except Stalin used that energy for, dictatorship. By the time people realized how much power he had collected, it was too late. Cliffhanger moment? This is where the fear begins.
Imagine you go to bed, and by morning, your neighbor is gone. No warning, no explanation. This was the Great Purge, the period when Stalin turned paranoia into a government policy. Millions were arrested, sent to forced labor camps, or executed. And here's the part that still shocks me. People didn't even know why they were taken. Sometimes the crime was telling a joke. Sometimes it was being too smart. Sometimes nothing at all. That kind of fear rewires your brain. It makes you afraid to stand up, to question, to think. Kind of like when we let fear control our own lives. Fear of failing, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. But imagine that fear enforced by the government. This was survival mode, but on a national scale.
Here's a question no one really asks. What happens when a leader stops seeing people as people? Under Stalin's forced collectivization, farmers were stripped of their food, land, and freedom. This led to a famine so devastating that millions died. It's one of the darkest chapters in the 20th century, and it shows something important. When someone becomes so obsessed with control, they start prioritizing their goals over human life. Sounds extreme, but here's the connection for us. Sometimes we get so focused on success, school, money, reputation, that we forget to check in on ourselves or the people around us. Stalin's story is the most dramatic version of what happens when ambition loses all empathy. Here's the weird twist. During World War II, Stalin became an ally of the West against Hitler. But even in victory, his brutal style didn't stop. After the war, he tightened his control even more. Eastern Europe, controlled. Speech, controlled. Information, controlled. People's futures, absolutely controlled. His rule didn't just shape the Soviet Union, it reshaped the entire world. And it left behind a legacy of fear, trauma, and division that lasted decades. Because the story isn't just about one man. It's about how unchecked power can corrupt. Fear can silence millions. Small steps can build huge systems, good or bad. And here's where it connects to you. You might not be ruling a country, thankfully, but you are ruling your own life. So ask yourself, are you letting fear control your decisions? Are you building good habits or destructive ones? Are you surrounding yourself with people who challenge you or people who only tell you what you want to hear? Stalin surrounded himself with yes men, and a lot of people suffered because of it. Your circle matters. Your habits matter. Your mindset matters. History is loud when you let it teach you something.
All right, here's the quick recap. Stalin started as a nobody. He gained power slowly, strategically. He ruled through fear, purges, famine, and absolute control. His leadership style shaped the world, mostly in the worst ways. But his story reminds us of something bigger. Power without empathy destroys everything. So here's your challenge. Tonight, take 5 minutes and ask yourself, where am I trying to control instead of understand? Maybe it's your stress, maybe it's your schedule, maybe it's the expectations you put on yourself. Let go of the fear, build the habits that move you forward, and surround yourself with people who keep you grounded, not people who just agree with you. We learn from history, so we don't repeat it. If you want more deep dive videos like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's level up together. See you in the next one. Stay curious, stay growing.